What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Brody Tom, and I'm coming at y'all guys with my first official video, man, on a new page. And what I'll be doing is basically answering random questions that I got from ChatGPT, from mentors I've had in the past, of common questions they've asked or either talked about, or either good friends that I've known for a long while. I've took these questions, I've randomized these questions into different formats to try to get men to understand that it's okay to talk about certain things. You just got to be in the right space to do it. I'm gonna hit this generate. Okay, first question. Wow. Damn. Okay, do you have a ex relationship you miss? It's not the question I would want to start off with, the first video, but you know what? Let's answer it. In short, the answer would be yes. In short, to break it down, I guess to add more context to the actual question, I can break it down into timelines. I had a timeline more specifically that I miss, and I'll speak about it for a brief second. It was a moment in my life where even though I was in a storm, I was in like a hurricane or whatever. You know how they say the old saying is, you know, in the eye of a hurricane is like a calm, like some type of calmness. So even though my life was in chaos and I was trying to figure things out, I had this certain calmness with this individual. And I'll say this, if a person can bring you calmness, or somebody can bring you peace, or they can make your life a lot more peaceful, you can't put a price on it. This individual, I use Shannon for the sake of the name for the video purposes, so I don't have to say the actual person name. But Shannon was special to me because when I spent time with her, you know, I didn't feel like, personally, I felt like it was nothing I couldn't do. I felt appreciated and I felt needed, and men need to feel needed. It's just like a good role. It's a difference between feeling needed and being a chore boy, and I'll speak on that at the end of the video. But when I was with her, we spent a decent amount of time together. I'd known her for a couple years or whatever. I kind of grew up with her to a degree, known her for at least half my life, and I didn't see her for a long time. And this one day I happened to bump into her and I happened to having a conversation with her. And she seen me. And during this time period, I was actually rehabilitating my knee. I had a slight meniscus tear, and I was doing some single leg presses and stuff like that. Talked to her on the phone, invited her out to the gym and said, hey, you know what? You know, we can go spend time together at the gym. I ain't seen you in a while. We can catch up, blah, blah, blah. So we ended up going to the gym together doing leg day. And long story short, you know, one date basically went from that date to another date. And the craziest thing is this, if you can have a gym day, it's special. It's something different. It's something different, but it's dope. It's dope. So the gym date went great. Ended up spending a little more time with her after that. We got to a point where we was basically dating. And when we was dating, I remember like one specific day where she was like quiet and kind of to herself. And I'm like, you good? Like, and I kept looking at her, I'm like she crying. And I could see tears coming out of her eyes. I'm like, yo, you straight, man? Like, I don't, like, what happened? You good? Like, you got me actually worried. And I never forget, she said one of the realest things that I ever heard somebody say, and one of the most transparent things I heard an individual actually say to me. She was like, you gonna end up leaving me. I'm like, yo, everything going good as far as I'm concerned. Like, what are you talking about? Like, elaborate, like, what's going on here? And she was like, well, I remember the things you used to talk about a long time ago, right? I ain't seen you in many years. Everything you said back then, you've done it to the T. Every single last thing you've said, you've done it, and even more. And when I look at you, you know, I see it. And she was like, I just don't know how I fit in your life. I've never heard anybody actually take the time to think about or even say something along the lines of that outside of my grandma. Right? My grandma, like, how can I help you? Like, what can I do? Like, I see you raising your kids, what can I do? So I'm like, it threw me off guard, because I'm like, yo, like, what do you mean by that? Like, I see you doing this, I see you doing that, I see where you at, I see the problems you got. I just don't know where I fit in at. Like, I don't know what I can do to help you. I want to help, but I don't know of what value I will be to you, so I don't know how I can even help you. And because I don't know how I can help you, I don't even know if you would want to be with me. And I'm like, she's like, because you're very strong-headed, you're very driven, you want what you want, You're a very nice man, very nice looking man, but I know how you are. You are going to keep progressing. That's just who you are. I'm like, you know, I never sat down and really thought about it like that. For me, it was always the grind, getting to the next thing. I never really stopped to really think about anything. For lack of a better way of saying it, I never stopped to smell the roses, right? And enjoy the flowers. But it made me think, man, just different moments of my life when I think about a question like this. I also remember a time period where me and her were spending time together, and like, not on no sexual stuff. I remember being like, my arms are wrapped around her leg. I'm working about 80 hours. Like, I'm wrapped around her. Her waist is right here, and I'm just wrapped around her. And I messed around and fell asleep. And I'm like drooling. I'm so tired. Like, it's kind of embarrassing, but I'm drooling because I'm so tired. And I never forget waking up. I grew up in government assisted apartments. I grew up in a couple rough areas. I've been in a lot of fights. I woke up in a tank top, and, you know, kind of embarrassing to say it, but I didn't have nothing underneath. So like, I'm waking up damn near naked. I'm like, oh. So I wake up, and as soon as I wake up, I'm tense because I can feel somebody rubbing my head, and I don't even know how I got on my back. So I'm like, I wake up and I'm like, whoo, I'm instantly in go mode. Cause I'm like, hold up, you done caught, more than caught me with my pants down, you done caught me off guard completely. And for me, I wasn't used to being so at peace. And again, this won't even on no sexual shit. I don't remember everything that happened. I mean, don't get me wrong, some sexual stuff definitely happened. But the point I'm trying to make is not about the sexual connection. I'm talking about the actual emotions and the feelings and the things that happen outside of that. Like, I woke up and she was just rubbing my head, and I could tell I was grabbing her thighs and things like that, and I could tell, like, she didn't go to the bathroom, like, she stayed in that same spot, and I looked at the time, it was like 3 hours past. And she literally stayed by my side and just rubbed my head the whole time, and just was just sitting there, just admiring me or whatever. And a lot of men probably won't understand this because it's such a weird thing for a grown man to deal with this outside of their mom in today's generation. Like, I see a lot of rough women. But it was the first time outside of dealing with my grandmother, and just that grandmother love is something different. Outside of that, it was the first time I was at that type of peace, to the point where it threw me off guard. And now that I'm in my 30s, when I look back at my 20s, when, like, this question has brought so many different things out, that was the most peaceful moment of my life, most peaceful timeline of my life. And I'm a big believer in happiness, and being at peace is within. Like, your perspective and how you view life is the way that your life will be. Like, there's certain people that have the roughest life in the world, and to them it means everything to have the small things they got. And if you notice in this whole conversation, what I said was, when I woke up, I was already like in go mode. I wanted to fight. I was ready to turn some shit up in there. I wasn't finna play. I was finna have whoever was touching me wall to wall in that bitch like Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? I won't finna bullshit. But all that tough shit went out the window when I heard, "You good?" And I heard that soft voice, and she was rubbing my head, and I was like, I'm good. Like, I'm good, baby. I appreciate it. Oh, made me melt in a second, bro. Like ice cube in the hot sun, man. And when I think back to it, I'm very appreciative that I was able to meet an individual like that, because now when I deal with females going forward in my life or whatever, it's kind of ruined the experience for them, because I'm like, I didn't already seen what peace is like. I didn't already seen an idea of what I want. So you can't sell me some bullshit. Like, you can't just say, I'm gonna throw you some ass, and you can't sell me that. I don't want that. You can have it, you keep that, right? I can go get that. That's nothing. Like, how you fit into my life and the fact that you want to fit into my life is the thing that means the most to me. So again, shout out to Shannon, man. She was dope. Like, real rap. To sum it up, because I know people gonna ask what happened, I ended up breaking up with her. I know it sounds crazy as shit, and it is crazy as shit, but I'll explain. It was out of love, and I explained. The reason I ended up breaking up with her was because I loved her so much. Because I was going through a very rough time period of my life. I was trying to create a lot of income. I was still dealing with other things and other situations that was lingering on, and it just wasn't positive. It was very toxic. You know, some relationships I needed to end with certain family members, certain ex-girlfriends I talked to. It was a lot going on, and I was still trying to figure out a lot of things. And I just felt like if I would have continued to take her along the path, because it was a lot of stuff I felt like it would have destroyed in the process. Just imagine this for a split second. Imagine somebody telling you can get everything you want in your life. If this is the one thing you want the most in your life, you just have to hold it in your hand and you have to carry it to the goalpost. And as you go into the goalpost, you just fight battle after battle after battle after battle. Unconsciously, you don't realize that you're tensing up. And then over time, you end up destroying the thing that you want the most. That's how I felt. So I ended up leaving her. It was a very harsh moment in my life. I'm not ashamed to say it. You know, I'm gonna be a man about it and be honest about it. I was actually in tears. I remember breaking up with her on the phone or whatever, and I remember calling my homeboy. This is funny as shit. I remember calling my homeboy, and I wanted to say something to him, but like I was in so much pain at the time period that I couldn't even say nothing. So the nigga just heard me breathing on the phone. So my boy pulled up to the crib with a gun or whatever. I'm like, yo, what you doing, bro? Like, I called him on the phone, I see him get out his truck, and I'm like, yo, you good? He's like, you straight, bro? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I just heard you breathing, bro. I thought somebody got down on you. I thought somebody got down on you. Yo, get your ass home, man. I'm like, yo, if you don't go home, bro, like, I'm good, bro. It put a smile on my face, and I was really going through a rough day. But long story short, man, yeah, I definitely do have an ex I miss. I don't pursue him. I appreciate him, and I wish them nothing but the most in life. But I will say that when you meet a special individual, man, you know you met him, right? So hopefully y'all guys can understand the things I'm saying in this video. Hopefully these things can help y'all guys. The thing is this, man. Forget what people say, man. Michelangelo had a saying that people will forget. I don't want to butcher it, but it was something along the lines of people forget what you say, people forget what you do, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And I will never forget that as long as I live. At that point in my life, I was at it was the most peaceful point of my life. It was the most peaceful timeline that I can possibly think of, outside of having my kids. I had my kids, it was the most beautiful thing in the world because I got to see a little being that looked just like me looking back at me. Outside of that moment right there, that was the most special moment of my life. So don't forget to like my videos, comment, subscribe. So my goal is to sit down and create a space. It don't mean that I won't correct certain people when I think they're doing wrong things, or if my opinion of you is very low, I'll let you know, because the thing is this, we can only grow together, right? It's nothing bad for me to criticize y'all or for y'all to criticize me. It's nothing but love at the end of the day. It really just depends on the perspective that you take it, right? And some people are harsh, but my goal is not to be harsh with y'all guys. My goal is to be caring. Like, it's not a lot of people that actually care for grown ass men. Like, we don't get a lot of love out here, right? So don't forget to like my videos again, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all guys in the next one.